Well, America, it happened. The President of the United States has invoked the Aliens Enemies Act by signing this executive order. And it's a concerning executive order, though at first it may seem like it just targets specific bad people. So, what are the legal, statutory, and constitutional concerns? Let's take a look. It declares a gang called Tren de Aragua, TDA, a foreign terrorist organization. It declares all members of TDA who are 14 years or older, who are not citizens or green card holders, as alien enemies, and thusly deportable immediately without due process and without delay. And it invokes the Alien Enemies Act, which allows the government, among other things, to seize their assets, to detain and remove them, and to direct law enforcement to carry out specific actions without due process. Now, while the way this executive order reads may at first seem sensible and focused, there are several concerns. The key foundational concern is the vagueness of the definition of being a member of the gang. The executive order does not define what being a member means, what type of evidence is needed to prove membership, therefore leading to potentially mistaken or false detention and even retaliatory actions. This is made particularly concerning by the fact that the definition includes children who are as young as 14 years of age and are therefore historically particularly susceptible to coerced involvement. The order also targets specifically Venezuelan citizens, raising concerns of national origin discrimination when evidence, even here in the United States, shows that TDA members are also national citizens from other countries. This is one of the things that makes the order potentially unconstitutional. Additionally, the order identifies all TDA members as hostile enemies, raising concerns about proof or lack thereof of criminal intent or criminal activity. Additionally, the order treats the mere membership in TDA as grounds for removal. And that particular provision conflicts with this Supreme Court decision, which specifically requires proof of active participation in a crime. The order also allows the seizure of TDA assets that are traceable to TDA activity without due process. And that's potentially probably a violation of both the Fourth and the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution. And finally, just as concerningly, this presidential act directs all courts in the United States to recognize the order. This particular wording is concerning because it hints to an overreach by the executive branch over the judiciary branch, breaching the separation of powers in the Constitution. So be careful. While this order at first sight, at first reading, may seem like a harmless order for ordinary people in the United States, it actually hides some pretty substantial legal and constitutional traps that, fortunately, the courts are reviewing. The first hint to that is the fact that a federal court, has temporarily blocked the execution of this act. We'll see how this plays out in court, but for right now, once again, I'm a little worried.